Well, it's another wet sunny afternoon in autumn, so in the process of baking a cake. While I wait for that to cook, I'm going to do some jobs on this 1984 Tomos A3k. Replace the brake lever perch, because this one's broken. Replace the HT cable, because half of it's missing. And replace the chain, because all of it's missing. Right, I'm going to start with the easy job first. The grips are always tight on the left side of the handlebar. Soaking them in hot water first usually does the trick. To replace the HT cable, first of all you've got to remove the flywheel using the correct tool. Wrong! Still wrong! That's better. That's really important that you only take these flywheels off with the correct tool. Use anything else and you leave damage the flywheel or the stator plate behind it. Now, if you watch my YouTube shorts, you'll know that I'll use a particular brand of power tool. But I'd just like to point out that I'll never bow down to sponsorship. All joking aside, if you want to support the channel, you can always press that little super thanks button down there. Be much appreciated. Alright, let's try and get this off. Just for reference, the HT cable is usually fitted to this type of ignition coil. It's 5mm in diameter, and it can be tricky to get hold of nowadays because the type of coils that use this wire still are usually kind of pre-molded. You can't change the actual HT cable, and you find them on things like strimmers and chainsaws, stuff like that. I tend to order the 6mm cable, as you can just about get it in there. Unfortunately, I think someone sent me 7mm or 8mm because I could not get it in there, so I've had to take off the outer rubber kind of shielding just onto the white bit on the inside. That allowed me to get onto the coil. I'm about to cut a slit in this rubber grommet here to get it through the actual side case. Although putting the actual outer case on will seal up that gap. As for the spark plug cap, this bit here, it's not kind of like the OEM ones. They're usually a metal kind of Bosch type or an NGK one. I prefer these though, because when it is peeing down with rain like it is today, I found these to be the most waterproof. The NGK ones are plastic and they've got a rubber boot there and a rubber boot there to kind of keep the water out, whereas these are entirely made of rubber and they work fantastically. Okay, so put the flywheel back on, a little pin or a woodruff key in the 12 o'clock position. So try and line that up the best I can with my dodgy eyesight. Okay, make sure you put the washer on and the nut. I like to do these up by hand, not with the impact gun, because you kind of feel if everything is right. If you haven't got that pin lined up with the groove inside the flywheel and use an impact, it will just tear its way through it, and you'll no longer be able to time the engine up properly because the cam will not be kind of in the right place in relationship to the crankshaft. Okay, so I've said this a few times before, is that if you put new sprockets on a bike, don't fit an old chain to it, and if you've got a new chain, don't fit on old worn out sprockets. These sprockets are actually fairly good condition despite their age, so I won't be replacing those. I haven't got a new chain to fit to this bike, but this bike isn't going to get used a heck of a lot, so I've got a chain I took off another bike that's in still fairly good condition. Okay, so I've got my split link in. Just want to put the actual kind of link connector in. Always have it so the open end is facing away from the direction of travel, the chain. So if the link is on the bottom run of the chain here, it faces that way. Okay, I'm going to adjust the chain. Now you're aiming for 20mm of kind of up and down movement at this point here. And to do that, you've got to push the wheel right the way back in these dropouts and then swing the snail cam adjusters round, so on either side they're at the same position. Now they are handed, there's a left and a right one, so they should end up in the same place, which is usually with this bit about there or somewhere around about here. The problem on this bike is somebody's fitted the same type of cam to both sides, so when I get the exhaust side in position, they are kind of like 180 degrees opposite. On this side it's pointing down, on the other side, which you can't see, it's pointing straight up, which is really annoying. But that should get the wheel roughly kind of square in the swing arm, so that distance there should be roughly the same this side as the other side. I'll measure that now. I check the tension here. So I've checked the tension using my ruler, the chain there, and I've also checked the distance there to make sure the centre of the wheel rim is in the centre of the swing arm. Just got to pinch up 17mm nuts then on the end of the axle. Okay, so a few more jobs ticked off the list. I'm still a bit limited in what I can do because I'm still recovering from eye surgery. By the time you watch this, I should have had the stitches out, and then I'm waiting then for surgery in the other eye. Although next time they'll be going to be using laser. Right, I've got a cake to take out of the oven. If you enjoyed this, please remember to like and subscribe. Take care, I'll see you again soon.
Superb.